Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this from ScreenRant, because obviously it's a shitty website. Lightyear created a frustrated Toy Story realization. Remember, this is somebody who doesn't seem to understand the time difference and the concept of diversity higher. Simple as that. But let's go on. Pixar's 2022 Lightyear ripoff, I'm not going to even say spin-off, revealed the frustrating and unfortunate truth about Andy's original toy seen in the 1990s Toy Story films. In summary, too long didn't watch, too long didn't read, everything is racist! Yeah, pretty much. Lightyear created a frustrating realization about Andy's toys from the original 1995 Toy Story. Oh yeah, really? Right, let's jump onto the meat of this shit, because the person here is a bit retarded. But let's not judge. The person has no choice to be born retarded. Hey! He has way too many chromosomes on the 21 marker. Right, the release of the Pixar's Lightyear movie in 2022, however, reveals that a gap in merchandise in Toy Story films. Buzz and Zurg are the only Lightyear characters featured on merchandise in the Toy Story films, while the other main characters are missing entirely. There is a reason why it was missing. First and foremost, Pixar was not woke back then. 2. Those characters were created for one simple tiny little purpose. Diversity hires, diversity shoved on the screen, diversity for virtual signaling points, nothing more. That's why you're not gonna find all those toys in the original one, because it wasn't woke. Those characters that appeared in the Lightyear garbage movie are all for diversity purposes. There is nothing, literally nothing in there that indicates that they were there because it was part of the story, that it was natural. Nothing. And you know very well, including the gay kiss. And all of those things. Right. 90s, there was little diversity and realistic representation. Of course, it has to be all about realistic representation. Only one way. It's never a two-way street. I'm looking at you, Manifest. You're asking, why did I quote the Manifest TV show? The story is good. But the problem begins is that it's an overrepresentation of demographics. In the US, it's around 70% white and 30% other races. But in the Manifest, you get a bit of 40 to 60% blacks. Which is not a problem per se, because it's New York, but it just begins to be on your face over woke representation, because they're gays, there's a forced transgender woman, a forced disabled woman. Okay, they came from Jamaica, so it's acceptable. The airplane had a bit more representation of blacks, so that's fine. But New York City, it's like you're walking Little Africa. It's not a problem. If this was in Jamaica, I'll be okay with it. But it's New York, so you kind of expect a few people with a weird semi-Italian accent in New York. Wouldn't that be the case? Not quite. But, like I said, it's no problem if it's done properly. It wasn't. But at the very least, the story is interesting, so I'll continue watching. Right, let's go on. The main cast of Lightyear is relatively diverse. Relatively. It's absolutely incredibly diverse. Oh, you meant that you wanted the Lightyear to be black too, right? Alicia Hawthorne is a black woman who marries another woman. Diversity purposes. 2 diversity purposes. Checkbox. Checkbox. Ta-ta. Their granddaughter, Izzy Autumn, is also black. Checkbox. Mo Morrison is a man of color. Oh, he's a man of color. Let's assume I didn't watch the movie because I actually didn't watch it. Is he black too, or is he Asian? Let me go and take a Google. Let's take a look at it. Indian? I don't know. So if it's Indian, so it should be Morrison. Right. Darby Steele is an elderly woman. Checkbox! Checkbox! I'm surprised that neither one of those two are gay. And the daughter is gay. I'm surprised neither of those three are gay. Or bisexual, transgender, or whatever demographic you want to. Checkbox! Lightyear alphabet characters of color. I hate when people use of color. You know that this sounds suspiciously like the 50s that says colored people or colored characters. I hate the connotation of it when it was on the rise back in the 50s and 60s, and I hate it now, especially because you just switched the position of the words. Filthy, racist idiots. But let's keep going. An elderly character are omitted from the 90s merchandise in Toy Story and Toy Story 2, however. Wanna know why? First and foremost, because those characters did not exist back then, because they were not created for diversity purposes. They were not created for peddling narratives. They were only created for this movie. That's why you're not gonna find them there, you moron. Right, as if real merchandise from the 1990s doesn't prove this, the fact that all Andy's other humanoid toys are white does. As you can see, the person here has a racist bone up her bunghole trying to prove the point. Sorry, allergies. The lack of diverse Lightyear toys is also clear when compared to another potential Toy Story spin-off, Woody's Roundup. Oh, god damn it. As seen in Toy Story 2, there were toys related to the 1950s as the main Woody Roundup characters, but Woody, Jessie, and Stinky Pete are all white. Because mostly back, first in the 1950s, mostly the white demographic was larger. There's 13% of black demographics today. Sorry, allergies are playing a trick on me. And thirdly, because the Wild West was mostly white with Mexicans. So, Stinky Pete is an older character like Darby Steele, but Pete even complains that no kid ever wanted a toy like him. However, there is one of the main Lightyear characters that would have definitely existed as a toy 1990s, Socks! Buzz Robot Cat Companion is the most obvious merchandise opportunity both today in the 1990s. His absence from the Toy Story films isn't as easily explained away as the absence of Hawthorne, Mo, and Darby. Maybe Andy doesn't like cats, so didn't want his own Lightyear robot cat, Socks. But that leaves only one explanation for why Socks isn't in Buzz Lightyear aisle of the Owl's Tony toy barn. He is such a popular Lightyear toy that he had already sold out. No, because none of those characters were actual part of the goddamn fucking creation back then, because none of them were present, because they were all created for diversity purposes for this. But do you actually want to go and remake Toy Story 1 and 2 to go and peddle your narrative? Because it kind of sounds like that, but then again, look at who wrote. Shannon McKelson, obviously, trying to appear diverse and trying to appear as she means something. Ah, god damn it. These people, fucking journalists. Journalists are so goddamn disappointing. On that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night while I go and deal with my goddamn fucking jeans. See you later.